I now present to you Conversations with Nancy.
Right? There's no kids, no teachers, no one around.
This summer's like the pre-production.
Exactly.
For everything. Do you have any secrets you want to reveal about like some themes for next year? That sounds interesting.
No, we're actually doing an admin retreat to kind of think about it with all of our APs and kind of see what we're going to do next year.
Cool.
So, yeah. Do you have any ideas?
Cool. For themes?
Uh-huh.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Everyone dresses up like they're like me right
I
now.
like it. Fancy.
How about that,
Okay.
right?
We are fancy.
So a main reason why I also wanted to call the interview is because on your teacher page, there's nothing about you. It gives your email, it gives your number, but it doesn't give facts that students can read about you to get to know you like all the other teachers have. What's something that we could know about you?
Let's see. I never set my path in life wasn't to be a teacher originally. I was on my way to law school.
Really?
Yes. So
what law school?
I was studying for my LSATs to apply for ASU, U of A, all the major law schools. Okay. Yeah, I was a pre-law major, political science, history major at ASU. Go Devils. And so never thought that I would be a teacher ever. I actually had a job as a lobbyist for the Board of Medical Examiners, and I used to work for the Arizona House of Representatives back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're a lobbyist for the House of Representatives?
Yeah,
and stuff
I worked with the House, yeah.
What's that like? Is that different? Is it more bureaucratic?
Oh yes, yeah. Politics. Yeah.
Is it politicky here, working as a principal?
No, I don't think so. It's more so, here at school it's all about kids, and so we try not to let the politics into it.
Did you always want to work with kids when you were going to be a lawyer? No,
never. Yeah. The reason that I fell into it was I used to work for my family's business for a long time, and I was done with retail. So my aunt's like, why don't you try subbing? I'm like, ugh.
Subbing what?
Subbing at schools.
But which?
Mesa School District is where I started. And on my second day of subbing, I got a phone call from the sub coordinator. There was an emergency at Carson Junior High. So I literally took a shower, threw my hair up in a ponytail, drove over there. As soon as I walked in, I got escorted into the principal's office, and I'm like, this is odd. And unfortunately, their teacher had been killed in a motorcycle accident overnight. So they had to bring in the district crisis team to let the kids know. And it was heartbreaking for those kids. It was very, very rough. So the principal asked me if I could stay. This was in November of 1999. He asked me if I could stay for the week, and I said, sure, I can't stay because come January, my new job as a lobbyist was going to start. And so I said, yeah, I'll stay for a week. And then the week passed, he asked if I could continue on. And so I was like, no problem. Again, I'm leaving in January, just so you know. Well, come the end of December, I literally fell in love with those kids and decided that I was not going to take my LSATs and turn down my job. Went back and got my teaching certificate, a couple of master's degrees, and 17 years later, here I am.
Would the money have been, I don't want to say better, but would it have been different if you worked as a lobbyist?
Oh yeah, I actually just found my first contract from Mesa back in '99. My contract was for $21,000 for the whole year.
Oh.
That's it.
$21,000.
$21,000. I think some of you guys would have made more than I was making at that time. So.
Can you turn facing this camera? Sorry.
Yeah. Is that better?
That's not better.
Okay.
So you're not Arizona native?
I am not. I feel like a native now because I've been here since almost 1984, I think it was.
1984? Well, where were you before that?
So I was born and raised in Beirut, Lebanon. So I came to the States in 1984 with my dad and my little sister. So.
And how was the transition?
Interesting, because I did not speak a word of English. So started school. I was in ESL classes to learn English. And so that was definitely interesting because my parents would not speak to me in English at home. So I was trying to learn English at school, but I had to keep my Arabic at home. So it was a little bit of a rough transition there.
There always seems to be a struggle with non-English speaking people, citizens, I guess. But in the end, they usually learn two languages, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of benefits them, right?
Absolutely.
Do you still speak Arabic?
I am. I'm the only one left in the family with the kids that's still a fluent speaker. So, yep, so I speak Arabic, English, and I used to be a lot better in Spanish. I took 8 years of Spanish, but I'm not as good anymore when you don't use it.
I took like 2 years of Spanish.
Yeah.
Not to brag or anything.
Yes,
Do you speak Arabic around your family?
I do.
You do? Do they pick up on it?
Yeah, they're still fluent. My parents are fluent in Arabic, English, and French,
Okay.
my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
What like has the culture of, what did it say, Lebanese culture? How's that like kind of shown through in like your hobbies or like just your everyday life? Like what do you do to keep that alive?
Different things, like for example, for our wedding, we had belly dancers for our wedding for my Lebanese side, and my husband's Irish, so we had bagpipers.
Oh,
So got to incorporate some of the culture. Our food is a huge part of our culture, Lebanese food. My godparents own a restaurant in Tempe, so we visit that quite a bit.
you want to plug it real quick?
Sure, Biblos. It's on Alma School, or I'm sorry, it's on Mill Avenue in Southern.
Mill Avenue and Southern.
Yes, it's amazing, amazing, amazing Lebanese food. So make sure you go.
What should I get if I go there?
So the hard part is I don't eat red meat.
Okay.
So
You vegetarian?
I eat chicken and seafood only.
Okay.
So I get what's called chicken shawarma. And yes, but my husband loves the kefta. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know what kefta really consists
Yes.
of, but if your husband likes it, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
That's what he loves.
He's an Irishman.
He is, right? It's
So,
meat. Meat and potatoes.
yeah.
That's him.
Let's make. Can we get water in here? Honestly, I'd like just something to drink.
Yeah.
Would you like one?
No, I'm good.
You good? Thank you so much. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm not making you nervous, am I? I'm
No,
just kidding.
I'm just that talking about the kefta and the shawarma.
Yeah, right?
Got me going.
Makes you hungry?
So I just wanted to, because Red for Ed happened,
Uh-huh.
and it lasted a little longer than people were expecting because we heard a lot of contradicting stuff like, oh, it's only going to be 2 days, we're going to be back Monday. Monday comes, we're going to be back Wednesday, and then we came back Friday. So during that time, what were you doing, spending time? Because I know kids were just all vacationing; they were all in summer
Right,
mode.
right,
But
yeah.
the teachers, it was different. The faculty, it was different.
Yep,
What was
they were
your
down at the
experience
Capitol,
like?
and here, for us, it was just a normal work day. So kind of gave us an opportunity to get a head start also on some summer stuff and planning and all of that. So, and interviewing and all of that good stuff. So I was working the whole time. Lots of fun.
Not any breaks for you.
No breaks for me, no.
Are you happy with the results of Red for Ed?
I think it's a great first step. I'm very happy with Ducey's plan is to kind of get the conversation started with the legislature and with the governor's office, and kind of first steps for our teachers and all of our, staff members.
Because you want to make sure everyone's happy and you want to make the students
Absolutely.
happy. But you also have to be happy, right?
Yeah, I'm happy.
That's good.
I get to be around these kids, amazing kids here. I tell people all the time I have 1,800 kids and I look darn good.
It's so funny because you do look really good, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Your hair,
Thank you.
Your hair looks
just
so
for
good
you
today.
Just for you
Is it
guys,
really?
I curled it. Yes.
Oh
I don't
my
ever
gosh.
curl my hair.
I feel
So
blessed.
just for you guys today, I curled my hair.
It's very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
About the kids,
Mm-hmm.
you've grown up with a lot of kids. You've seen them kind of transition from Cortina and then to Sossanen, now to Higley. You're not just following them, right?
Oh
You're not
yeah,
just
I am.
Oh yeah.
You never know. I might show up at NAU at some point. I might teach one of your classes at NAU.
That's totally okay.
Yes,
Honestly.
yes.
But how do you feel seeing those kids grow up and graduate now that you've seen them through every stage of their life?
It's definitely an honor. I feel very blessed that I've had an opportunity to do that because not a lot of principals have. And so I feel like I've had the opportunity to really get to know our students and their families. And that's an important part of the Higley community. I really look at it as we are a family here. We take care of each other. And I think that comes especially from how close-knit this community is and how they look out for each other within all of our subdivisions that feed into us. And I think that's what makes us special and why students want to come to school here. So,
I've never
love the
thought
Hig.
about leaving.
good,
Yeah.
good.
I've always liked the.
Do you want me to
Higley
retain you?
district.
You can come back to school here again next year.
Do you think I could?
Yeah, we can.
The studio's in trouble. I think I need to come in. So when you were like, this is totally off topic at this point.
That's fine.
But the results from AZ Merit,
Yes.
I heard that those are going to be affecting the upcoming years more since they started like not just being in the practice stages, like the
Right.
scores are actually implementing something. Can
Right.
you elaborate onto what that's?
They're now part of our letter grade. So the state gives all schools a letter grade. And so students' AZ Merit scores are a huge part of that. And so, again, to keep the wonderful reputation that Higley High School has, I don't know if you saw our Twitter, that we are the number 11 comprehensive high school in the state of Arizona.
Really?
We were just ranked by US News with the best schools and the number 28 high school in the state of Arizona. So pretty exciting.
That is pretty
To
nice.
keep that going though, again, that's why it's so important for our students to take AZ Merit seriously, and why it directly affects our school label.
Was it taken more seriously last year than like it was the first year?
I think this past year was taken probably the most seriously with students, and I think that's where I really do believe that we'll see those scores for next year, because we were so close this past year to an A. We were 2 points off from an A.
So are we a B school, or what does that
Yes
mean?
and no. They're still looking at making some changes with that, because some schools were not happy with how the labeling happens. So, so we'll see what happens for next year. They're still looking at making some changes on the school grade.
I feel like we're an A school.
I know we're an A school.
I know we're an A school too.
I agree. If you look at our comprehensive ACT scores, our AP scores, we outscore so many of the schools in our area, in the
didn't know
entire
that.
East Valley. Yep.
That's
So
cool.
it is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And to me, that's because of the dedication of our teachers, our staff members, our students, and our community members.
Yeah, the teachers do work really hard.
They do. They are, I cannot tell you how blessed I am with our amazing staff here. The conversations that I have with them, they are truly student focused. So
Can you say that one more time? They're true student focused.
they're truly student focused.
That's so mean. I made you re-say that. But
That's okay.
Where can we go from here as Higley? Because we're leaving. But where do you see Higley going from here now that the class of 2019 is leaving?
Up. I think the best thing that we can do is just continue to work well together, continue being focused. I'm all about focusing on the whole child. So I think academics are important. I think extracurricular activities are important. I think athletics are important. There's some students that, might not just come to school specifically for academics. They might be here for athletics, or they might be here for video production, or they might be here for our dance program or our band program. And again, I think it's important that we focus on all of that and the whole child, because now if you look at universities, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking just for the brightest. They want to look at how are you contributing to your community service hours, what are you involved in outside of school. They want that whole well-rounded child, and that's what I want Higley to continue focusing on, because that's what makes us the best. We can focus on all of those areas.
And this was Conversations with Nancy. Signing off for the studio one last time. This was Tanner and Josh.